dealing with here is a total lack of respect for the law.
Right, folks, there we go. A little bit of prodigy for you. A total disrespect for the law. Would you say we've got the big bandit on the blower here on the phone? Would you say that sums up the bandit?
Yeah, a real disrespect for the law.
Disrespect for the law. Well, you've got to have, because these bookies, I tell you, folks, they've got a disrespect for the punters. There's absolutely no doubt about it. And do you know what? I don't blame them. The bookies should actually just come out and say we're at war with the punters, because they are, aren't they? All this namby-pamby gamble responses, it's all a load of tosh. You know, so there's a war, there's a disrespect for the law, and I'm the man leading the charge. How about that for an opening to the show?
Yeah.
So how's things, Mr. Bonjour, Mr. Big Bandit? How are we doing?
Alright, I'm okay, yeah. I've had a good week this week.
Yeah, well, I mean, for me, I mean, everything's been going in since October. Competitions, all sorts going in. So we're having a good time. As you can see, £6,847 and 39 pence of the bookies' bones on Cheltenham. I know the Big Bandit crosses out all the non-runners, but I like to stay positive. I'm a glass half full. Kidding myself, that's it. Yeah, that's what they call it, kidding yourself. So yeah, we're not in too bad of a position. A lot of work's gone into that, hasn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, there's obviously a lot been happening. I mean, it's all been quite quiet on the Western Front, hasn't it, really? There's not been too much horses pulling out and not been too much bad news, has there?
That's been very good this year with that.
Mr. C's not been reaping a lot, has he?
Well, he's still been mourning.
He's what, sorry?
He's still mourning.
Oh, yeah, Mr. C. Well, he's a Preston fan, isn't he? You know.
This doesn't go here, this doesn't go there. I've invested all the money in this. So.
Oh, yeah, it's second nature to these Preston fans, you know. Anyway, without further ado, what we're going to talk about today is I have a set of rules for all the races. We might have done, I can't remember where we're up to, so we're probably going to do this in two parts, this episode. So we're going to start back to front, you know, it's the way we do it here. So we're going to start with a Friday, because my Friday and Thursday is up to date. I might have to do a bit of work on the Wednesday, Tuesday before ringing the Big Bandit back. It's now 10 o'clock at night. So we'll try and get quite a good bit in here. So we'll start back to front. We'll start on the Friday. Going to start, Mr. Big Bandit, with the Triumph. Don't know why it says Palladium. Ponyross. Take us back to last year, Mr. Big Bandit, when Ponyross won this race.
Yeah, it was two youngest ever, that winner.
I don't know, but it never jumped an hurdle before, had it? It saw Cheltenham put a rule change in, didn't it? So yeah, I mean, I've not actually, I've done the notes. I've not put the horses against them actually, but what's on screen here is the Irish do particularly well in this. They've had 11 of the last 14 winners. 8 of the last 14 ran in the Spring Juvenile Hurdle at Leopardstown, so that's the race to look at. 9 of the last 18 unbeaten over hurdles, so there's no set science for that, it's 50-50. And also 7 of the last 14 had won a graded race, so again 50-50. Obviously in the betting for the Triumph, this Narcisco seems like as good a thing as anything at the festival at the minute. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, exactly. It's been backed off the boards, hasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, we're covered because we've got quite a lot of bets on this Ponyross. Now, you might remember, not Ponyross, Proactive, sorry about that. Ponyross won it last year. We've got quite a lot of bets on Proactive. Now, I mentioned this horse a couple of months ago, thanks to the lads at Let's Talk Racing. I think it's been underplayed. This really. They interviewed a French bloke who does all the recruiting for Willie. And they were talking all sorts to him. And at one point, they sort of asked the question, or it came up. It came up about how we first recruited Cavega for Willie. And they sort of asked him, is there any horse what stands out at the minute? What would be of that sort of ilk? And he's he sort of raved about this Proactive. This was when it was like 16-1, and we hammered it quite a bit. He really, the way he spoke about it was as though he's never seen anything as good. Now, the Big Bandit were pretty impressed by its battling qualities when it won its last on the last day. Do you remember Mr. Big Bandit? It battled back, didn't it? And you were quite impressed with that.
Yeah, I was impressed with that.
So I think those two at the front of the betting. We've got what Nasisco has. Let's write this down. Nasisco has, and we've got Proactive for Willie. There's this Maestro Conti, isn't there? Which 7-1 at the minute, third in the betting. I don't know if it's going to be up to the standard of the Irish runners that we've got in this race. I mean, it's one of Skelton's horses, this Maestro Conte, French recruit. I think I'm quite happy. We've got a bit of Maestro Conte, but we're quite heavily involved with Narcisco and Proactive, aren't we? I think with all the stats being pretty 50-50, I'll move on from the Triumph. Yeah, let's just go down, start real back to front. Albert Bartlett. When you start looking at the Albert Bartlett, no favourite has won it since 2013, which isn't two ways of looking at it. A favourite's got to win it at some point, but you could sort of argue if you're going to take a favourite on at the festival, you might want to take it on in this race. At the minute, Dr. Steenberg, which I think will go this route rather than the Turner's route, is the favourite. Have you any horse in the betting? Dalston Lad, Devil You Know, Espresso Milan, Kazansky, anything what's standing out to the Big Bandit? Because you've done well in the Albert Bartlett over the years.
I looked at the Albert Bartlett other day. I was a bit surprised at the odds of Dalston Lad, because it just won the weekend, didn't it?
Skelton horse, yeah, one of Dan's horses.
It won a good race there.
Yeah, I mean,
I just thought it might be a bit of value for money now.
Yeah, I mean, all the horses in the betting, 16 out of the last 18 horses were aged 6 or 7, and all the ones up there fit the bill. I know Steve at Smoking Cheltenham likes his coy on this Espresso Milan. I think if there's ever a race where you've got a spread bet, probably this race, isn't it? I mean, we hammered Jasmine last year, which was a good thing for the race, previous Cheltenham form. Yeah, so I wouldn't give anyone an horse for this race. I'd be saying stick to the formula and spread bet would be my. But yeah, there's some good horses up there. Devil You Know, Espresso Milan, Dr. Steenberg, Dalston Lad. I'm not sure. I think I'll sort that. I'll end up in the Turners personally. Yes, a couple of stats to look out for. 9 of the last 12 had at least 3 runs over hurdles, so you want that on your side. Winning on the last run's not a massive thing. Only 4 out of the last 12 had won on the last run. Yeah, I think it's definitely a race to spread your money about a little bit, but I won't be against taking on the favourite in there. Martin Pipe, this rescued us a bit last year. It rescued Gordon Elliott with Woodhoo, didn't it, last year?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Again, no favourite. I don't know how do you look at this, Mr. Big Bandit? No favourite has won since 2011.
You're big at all these tactics. I don't really look at those statistics when I'm back to the authors.
I think there's a few statistics you can't ignore and you've got to be aware of. So 11 out of the last 12 had 4 runs over hurdles. So I think for me, with these races with those big fields, you've got to be putting lines through horses. So you look at all the last 10 winners had ran in less than 4 handicap hurdles. So if you have a couple of horses in first 6 in betting who would have had 6 handicap hurdles, I'd be crossing them out. If all the last 10 have run in less than 4, you've got to be ahead of the handicapper. Since 2013, all the winners are 135 or over. So if you have a 132 horse, I'd be telling you to cross that out as well. I think we've got to do a little bit more studying when it comes to proper. I mean, the market's going to change. I've noted all the horses here, what are currently in the betting. I mean, just a couple because I've been following them. Tutti Quanti, I'm going to delete that because he said he's going champion hurdle with that Tutti Quanti. Probably just because he's bust his handicap mark. Couple in here what stand out. He Can't Dance. I followed that horse a little bit. Passing Wife might have bust his mark. Nurse Susan, yeah, could be a plot job. But I think you've got to look at it nearer the time and look at those stats on screen. Normally the winner is between 135 and 145 on the ratings. So I think you've just got to have a good look at that once the ratings come out. Have you anything at the minute for the Mountain Park? What stands out for you?
No.
No. Because last year you was all over Wood Who, wasn't you?
Yeah, I was really over Wood Who last year.
There's no Wood Who in the betting standing out at the minute.
No, not for me.
No. Merce Chase, what are we thinking?
Cheers.
Obviously, Dino Blue.
Dino Blue's the obvious one, isn't it? You know, it's about 5, 6 of us could do something.
Yeah, I mean, I think Big Western Augusta the Browns now.
Oh, it's what they're going to.
Yeah, you've got Spindleblue, which so Dino Blue and Spindleblue are both Willie's horses. The favourites have dominated this race, and the second favourites. I think it's between Dino Blue and Spindleblue. You can then look at Only by Night, one of Cromwell's horses. You've got Skeleton's Panic Attack. I don't see anything past Dino Blue and Spindleblue personally. St James's Place, again, I'm showing this, but I'm not going to read too much into this till I know the field. But if you look at the St James's Place, 9 of the last 12 are aged between 10 and 11. 3 favourites have won since 2014. Been 266 to 1 winners, so it can bring up some big prices this race. There has been 3 back-to-back winners of this race. Now, I'm going to have a little look here. Wonderwall is currently the 9 to 2 favourite. So Wonderwall won it last year at, I think, 28 to 1. The fact that it's thrown up 3 back-to-back winners in the past, I won't put anyone off having a bit of money on the favourite, and I think we've not really had many bets in this race to date, have we?
No,
if you think
leave this race till late on.
We do, but if you think in years gone by, we'd hammered lots of winged leaders in this race, and
Yeah.
I think I'd be looking at this saying, let's have a play at this Wonderwall. There's been 3 back-to-back winners in the past.
What age is it?
9-year-old.
Yeah,
Oh no, to be a 10-year-old this year. We're 9-year-old last year.
Yeah, still a chance. 10.
So, well, 9 of the last 12 winners were 10 or 11.
Yeah.
So you could go off that and say, well, it won it as a 9-year-old. There's been back-to-back winners in the past. It's
gone over 2 years.
Yeah. So that's probably we've not been putting this in our bets, have we, this race? So there you go. County Hurdle. Have we anything at the minute? Standing up for the county?
No, the last day, we've not really concentrated much on the last day, have we, really?
No, well, I'm looking. I mean, this is why it's good doing these sort of shows, because you look at two in the betting, you've got Charisma at the top of the betting, which, again, Smoking Steve's been quite coy on this horse, and a few others, I think Dan Overall spoke about it. You've got Machia and Charisma at top of the betting. I think Machia's an Aintree horse. Won at Aintree last year.
Just got somebody coming in now.
Yeah, and then you got that Alexi 10-1. Alexi Amsterdam 2-20, probably not going to win the race, those three. I think Charisma's the one at the minute what stands out. Quite a lot of stats for this race. Let's just have a little toot at this Charisma while we're on. I've just heard quite a lot of people speaking about it. Yeah, Nicky Henderson, JP horse, has this Charisma. 6-year-old. So 9 of the last 12 between 5 and 6. So fits the bill there. Henderson, JP. 9 of the last 12 carried 11 stone, 3 or less. No, last time it was 11 stone 9 though. That could be a bit of a concern. I have to see what the handicapper does with him. 8 of the last 12 have run at Cheltenham before. Trying to see if this horse has run at Cheltenham. It hasn't. Yeah, it needs a bit more studying of what's going to be in the betting for this race. Last 12 had one win over hurdles. Only one winner since 2011 not rated over 134. So I think it's the kind of race you need to see the ratings and the weights properly and have a good study of it. Right, Gold Cup. I think Galloping will be in the top 3, but it's not going to win. Is my gut feeling. We're up to the Gold Cup.
Well, I think now it's 8-1. Should imagine it to be 4-1 on the day.
Yeah.
So if you do want back it, you're getting a good price down.
Yeah, I just don't see Galloping. I'm looking at the race and Jukebox Man. I mean, we've hammered it at 25-1. I'm quite happy about that. Factor Files, obviously, they're looking at, if you look at the betting and how Gaelic's gone in for Ryanair, and I think they'll supplement this horse. And there's just something saying to me. I know the way you're thinking could have been a freak result last year. It was revved up and they supplemented it, and it's not shown as anything this year. Galloping's another year older, could be top 3. Not convinced whether Jukebox Man will stay the trip. Factor File, again, the trip. I think something could come out here as a shock this year in the Gold Cup, which we've not had. You've had the years of Alboon Photo, Galloping. Yeah, I think this Lecky Watson, I mean, previous Cheltenham form, put it in quite a few bets. What are you thinking? Could an upset be on the cards?
Well, there's a lot of talk about Gaelic Warrior going into the Gold Cup, and a lot of people are fancying it.
11-2, yeah. I mean, you look at the betting. Factor File 4-1. Question marks on the trip for me. And it's obviously not been the plan. The plan that they're supplementing it. Jukebox Man, I'd love to win because we've hammered it. I had it for the King George, done really well out of the horse. Something about the way Django Bay came up the hill last year. I said something left field. It's 9-2, so it's not that left field, is it? I mean, Lecky Watson's 50-1 at the minute. I'm looking at horses lower price than Lecky Watson. Don't think Banbridge is going to win this race, 40-1. Lecky Watson's won the Browns. I think I'll stick a bit more change on it. You never know. Time of year, won at the course before. Yeah. Maybe the left field, but it's not that left field price wise, is it? You know, you 10-1, you'd take it and Django Bainham it, but I'm just looking at galloping. I can't see it. I know the way they're thinking. I mean, the betting's telling you no as well. Jukebox Man, just a little bit unsure. Factor file, question marks on the trip in the hill. Django Bay romped up that hill, if you remember, in the Arkle last year, didn't it? Something's telling me to get a bit more on it. So that's us. I'm going to cut it there because I've got people coming in the house here now. I'm going to answer your questions in a minute. We will cover. It's 10:30. The big bandit's getting tired. We'll cover the Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday in a Super Boost episode. But this is like going to be part one of the rules. We'll end it there on the Gold Cup. Any final comments on the Gold Cup, Mr. Big Bandit? Haiti Colours. I mean, it's a national horse. Could that win the Gold Cup?
Oh yeah, definitely could win it. Yeah.
You think? Yeah.
Oh yeah. It's got a bit of speed about it out to go.
Yeah, I'm looking saying something left field. Django Bay would have been left field 4 or 5 months ago. It's 9-2. It's not. I'm happy with the bets on Jukebox Man we've got. We've got a bit on Django. Don't think Gaelic comes here. Haiti Colours could be the one to top up a little on. 8-1 though. I mean, there's no odds, is there? But anyway, we'll leave it there. As always, folks, we'll come back with the rest of the rules. As always, spread bet responsibly with the bookies' money if you can, and get on it with the bandit.